my ass.
That was a speech that she gave, and a fellow heard the speech who was a musician. He said, "Hey, that sounds like a country music song."
Rolling in the way, that's what I heard him say. They used to heed the words he said, but that was yesterday. Gold will turn to gray, and youth will fade away. They'll never care about you, call you old and in the way.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Old Men in Chairs. A couple months ago, I did a reaction to a great song by Natasha Owens called Trump Won. However, I was afraid to put it on YouTube because at that point, YouTube was censoring anything that suggested that there was anything wrong about the 2020 election. And so I put that video over on Rumble. But then, in last week, I believe, YouTube just announced that they will no longer censor claims about the 2020 election. Well, the timing is great because we have a song here that just came out which definitely questions the vote total from our president, Mr. Biden. The title of the song is 81 million votes, my ass. And that line is taken from a speech by Kari Lake, the candidate and should-be governor of Arizona, who you see on the screen. So she's credited with being part of this song. Parts of her speech are included in the song. And then a group called the Truth Bombers provided the musical accompaniment. If you believe, like I believe, that there was something fishy going on with that election, then I think you'll enjoy this video. If not, you will probably hate it.
If you would have told me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that I would be in the middle of a political movement, I would have said, put down Hunter's crack pipe. Right now. Right now.
I can't afford the groceries. I can't afford your gas. It's Biden inflation across the nation. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass. You failed to build back better. You middle fingered the middle class.
They've pissed off an already pissed off woman.
81 million votes my ass.
Yeah, well, a lot of us can't afford the food and can't afford the gas. And all we know is that there wasn't inflation like this under Mr. Trump's term of office. But as soon as Joe got in there, they started printing money like crazy. I can't keep up with the price. There's a sense of unreality. A dollar can't possibly be so cheap that it can't buy practically anything. In fact, I used to keep spare change in my truck, in the console. Now I keep spare dollars. You don't need them to carry in your wallet.
They've pissed off an already pissed off woman.
81 million votes my ass.
The crime was committed in broad daylight.
121st day of publicly transitioning.
I love it.
We're living on planet crazy.
Got a laptop full of China, hookers and blows and crack, and the diary's got Creepy Joe in the shower. 81 million votes my ass.
Hello.
81 million votes my ass. While Kamala tosses word salads that even cringe the Democrats. Waiting in the wings is a thing called Hillary. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass.
And at first I chuckled. I said, oh my gosh, Hillary Clinton is actually talking about me? That's funny. And then I got to thinking, maybe that's not funny. Oh my gosh, help, help.
Hey!
And I just want you all to know I'm in perfect health. We've recently had our automobile serviced and the tires are good and the brakes are in good order and I am not suicidal.
My red and white and blue is broken.
My red, white, and blue is broken. Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Now, we're really pushing the limits on this, and I don't know if YouTube's going to allow the talk about the Clinton hit list and all the people that allegedly have been murdered by Hillary and Bill. We're lucky if we can get by with the question of the election. This is a whole nother level. But let's give it a try. The song is on YouTube, so why can't we react to it on YouTube? We'll find out.
And white and blue is broken. 81 million votes my ass. 81 Joe, don't make me laugh. Two mountain mules got busy stuffing 45's ballots in the trash.
It is despicable what they did, and I will not let these bastards get away with it.
81 million votes my ass.
Without getting into the particulars of how they did it with the mail-in ballots and the mules and all that, I think the key question, and I asked this of my liberal friends when I still had some back in 2020 or 2021, if they did cheat to steal the election from Mr. Trump, do you think it was justified? Surprising how they don't want to answer that question. The people that hate the mean tweets, and they hate the personality, and they hate the policies, and they hate the man so much that they actually think, I'm afraid, they won't admit it, but I'm afraid they actually believe that anything to keep him out of office is justified, including most recently the corruption of our federal judicial system. I don't understand it personally, why he's hated so much. A lot of it has to do with deliberate poisoning of the well by our media that have trained people to hate him for the last 6 years. I think he's going to be our next president, so they can hate all they want, they can indict him all they want. He just gets stronger all the time.
And I will not let these bastards get away with it.
1 million votes my ass.
Our economy is strong as hell.
He had the swamp going after him, and he was still getting stuff done. And now we have stumbling, bumbling Joe. I miss the bull in the china shop. I miss the mean tweets. I miss Donald Trump. 81 million votes. My ass.
That was a speech that she gave, and a fellow heard the speech who was a musician. He said, hey, that sounds like a country music song. And so he made the song, and I think it's brilliant. But I, too, like the bull in the china shop aspect. We need this country shaken to its foundations, and maybe he didn't succeed first time around because he didn't understand exactly what he was up against. But now there's no question he's got to have learned his lesson. I expect a lot of good things to happen after he's elected next year.
1 million votes. My ass.
Who's going to win the American election? Give me a name.
Donald Trump.
Wow. Wow.
Somebody is going to run a 30-second sizzle reel showing Mr. Biden falling down.
Totally agree.
That was the reel right there. The only way that Biden could be reelected is an even more massive voter fraud operation than took place in 2020. I hope there's some protections in place to prevent that, or that it'll become obvious to people even more than the last steal. So that's my view, and we'll see whether YouTube can handle it. And then if they do, maybe I'll post that Natasha Owens song, Trump Won. But in the meantime, I will put the link to the Rumble version down in the comments.
Holding in the way, that's what I heard him say. They used to heed the words he said.